each and every one of you guys for coming in the snow. We're gonna have some more people coming in. The purpose of this was to put a mastermind together and put a group of people together that has information that in the mental health field, in the funding field, credit field, business field, entrepreneur field, all the different fields. So I wanted to bring this together because I've done this before and I've been able to have a lot of success with this. So I know that, my name is David Farrell. I'm right here from Brooklyn, New York. I'm gonna be your host and I'm the person that put it together. So you're gonna hear me talking a lot, and we have a lot of great guest speakers. We're gonna have a lot of people coming in today. So with that being said, what I'm actually gonna do, I want you guys to understand what a mastermind is. I'm actually gonna play a video from Napoleon Hill. It's a 10-minute video explaining what a mastermind is so you can understand what it is as people come in. So with that being said, the projector's a little dark, so I'm gonna turn the lights off and then we're gonna go through with it. Barry says. So now we're here to become a mastermind. And right now we have a small David Farrell. I'm a realtor. I'm an entrepreneur. I do a lot of other businesses. And then I'll start with you. With
brands. My main brand right now is AnswerIQ.co, which is an AI voice agent. It helps you to never miss an important customer call, and it'll handle them intelligently and put them into your CRM and do all follow-ups for you as well.
Hello everyone, my name is Alberto Samuels. I'm an entrepreneur as well, and my specialty is marketing. One of the things that I have is a call center. I market different products and services through the call center.
My name is Chaka Fair. I am a psychotherapist and clinical social worker.
Hello, my name is Keith Walden. I wear several different hats, but primarily I'm here to talk about financial literacy and showing people how to improve their finances.
Hello everyone, my name is Abe Garcia. I work with businesses providing Fortune 500 level benefits to the business, which includes health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and 401ks. So a big part of my business is managing money. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Valerie Braxton. I'm an edupreneur, which means I'm an educator and entrepreneur who teaches young people middle school and high school financial literacy.
Barry Braxton, we do project funding, private equity, money. I'm the money man.
I just woke up. My name is Carmelo Sinarman. I'm a manager at Fave Realty, Brooklyn location.
My name is Ron. I just do some real estate fix and flip.
Okay.
Sorry to be this far in the back, but I was sick over the last 2-3 weeks. I didn't want anybody to catch any nigglings of it. But I'm Claudius Phillips. I'm proud to be here to support my good friend. I haven't seen him for quite a while, but I was responsible for getting him this room, but I'm involved in a host of things, least of which is finance of a certain kind. We have non-profits both here, Jamaica, Ghana, and of course, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm heavily involved in a couple of projects in the city, some big ones, real estate rallies, and of course in North Carolina, because of the fact that we're trying to get a lot of more young people, especially young colored people, into large sums of money. And of course it took some kicking and screaming to get a couple of them to listen. So that's what we're involved in. Thank you.
Okay, so let's stop right before you guys came in the snow. This was something, one of the things that I know once you get started doing an event, when you see rain, you see snow, people get scared. So you guys came in the snow, and I appreciate you guys coming. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first speaker. Our first speaker is actually Shaka Fair. He's a licensed clinical social worker in New York with over 29 years of experience in mental health services, specializing in psychotherapy for children, adolescents, and families. He is the CEO of the Black Knight LLC and the founder of the Black Knight Program, a unique chess mentoring initiative teaching life skills through chess. Shaka previously served as a school social worker with the New York City Department of Education. Let's give it up for Shaka Pay. He's going to talk about mental health.
Right, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, this mask is actually to protect you all and not to protect me. I'm working through a cold at this point in time. You might hear the little stuffiness, but we're gonna get through this and we're gonna get through it together. Mental health. Right now, it has really been center stage in a lot of different places, and it really should be. Mental health is our ability to manage our emotions. And throughout my life, I was looking for that main ingredient that was going to get me to success. If I followed this path, I would definitely get to success. And what I thought was going to be that was persistence. I said, well, if you're persistent and you don't stop, success is guaranteed. But then I heard about a research project on April 25th, 2024 from Harvard that said the biggest predictor of success is mental health. And I said, wow, that over persistence? But see, what mental health enables you to do is it allows you to deal with your emotions and deal with the problems that you are dealing with and not have them deal with you. So that's important. If any of you, I heard a lot of you say that you are entrepreneurs, business people and everything. How many of you are people that everything goes right for you 100% of the time? Raise your hand. Anybody? Okay, so we all deal with setbacks, disappointments, and other things. And your mental health gives you the ability to do that. You have to be able to rebound from certain situations. We've all built up certain things and then have those things crashing down. And we still have to go back to it with the same vigor as if this did not happen at all. So mental health is extremely important. And with that, we cannot find happiness outside of ourselves. Okay, mic drop. Lecture over.
Right.
We're done here. We don't have to listen to anybody else. I'm joking. But it's important for us to realize and understand that we can't find happiness outside of ourselves. And I can tell you that one of the things is I was doing that without even realizing it. And some of you might be able to relate to what it is that I'm saying. When I was in school, first off, I grew up in the inner city and didn't have a whole lot. So for me, when you don't have a whole lot, money is everything. So, you know, as I was taking steps towards being successful, I said, well, okay, after I graduate college, then I'll be happy. So I graduated college. Then I said, after I get a job, then I'll be happy. I got a job. Then I said, well, after I get a house, then I'll be happy. I got a house. After I get married, then I'll be happy. I think you all see exactly where this is going. I realized that there was nothing outside of me that was going to make me happy except what was already inside of me. Money doesn't make you happy by itself. One of the things that therapy helps to do is it helps you to manage your mindset and your expectations. With a proper mindset, you can turn a palace into a prison or a prison into a palace. And that's important because none of us have complete control over our environment. We can't control exactly what happens to us, but we can control how we perceive it. So if we perceive that as we are on our path to entrepreneurship, that everything that is happening is stopping us from our success, then we're going to get upset. We're going to say, wow, I wish all of these things didn't happen. You know, I'm trying to be successful, and this is happening, and that's happening, and this is happening. And that brings about anger, resentment, and other feelings that are going to stop you from being able to move forward in your pursuit. But if someone told you, listen, this is part of the ground, this is the landscape that you are dealing with, each one of these problems that you go through makes you stronger, so that when you get where you are looking to get, you can actually stay there. Now that gives you a different mindset, and now when you are looking at problems, instead of being angry with them, you're happy that you're having these problems because they're teaching you something. So your mindset and your mentality is very important. There is a poem, I don't remember the name right now, but it's by Charles Swindoll. And it says, life is 10% what happens to me, and 90% how I react to it. So that gives you the ratios for how you should deal with life. It's only 10% of what happens to you. But the 90% and the part that you have the greatest control over is your mentality. It's not a wonder that all of the successful people, from CEOs to sports, celebrities, actors, actresses, they all have therapists. Why? Does something happen to every single one of them? Possibly. But when you go to therapy, it gives you an opportunity to invest in yourself. And that's the most important investment that you can make. If we are looking to be successful in any pursuit, one of the first things that we should be successful in is our health. If we are looking to be millionaires, billionaires, we can have all of the money that we want and not be healthy and use all of that money to pay for the health that has gone awry. So it's important for us to do the investment in ourselves early. So all of these things, taking care of yourself, eating right, all of those things aren't just to preserve your body, but it's allowing you more time to enjoy your wealth. So that also comes with mental health. If you are able to deal with strategies, stress, relationships, and all of these things, these will help you become a lot more balanced. And when you have these problems that come to you, you'll be able to deal with them a whole lot better. You'll now have some storage. We all know if you continue to blow air into a balloon, what happens? It pops. Same thing with us. If you continue to take things from your environment, at some point you're going to pop. And probably all of us have had a similar situation where someone has said something to us and our reaction was biting their head off. And after that happened, we're like, wow, I didn't even know all of that was in there. But that speaks about some of the things that we carry on a day-to-day basis. We all heard the saying, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, right? That's a saying from way back. But I hope I'm in good company where, okay. So, when you have that straw that breaks the camel's back, is it that straw or is it the weight that was there before? And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about mental health. A lot of the times we are dealing with things, we are suppressing things. We think in our mind that we're able to deal with these things effectively. But a lot of the times we are just continuing to put them in our storage and having less capacity to deal with new things. By coming to therapy, it gives you an opportunity to free your storage so that now you have more capacity to deal with the new things that are coming into your life. Okay? So, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm hearing more next week.
And he's having a lot of success. He's helping a lot of people. He's making a lot of money. He's traveling all over. He's traveling all over New York, building a business. He's having success and he loves helping people. I'm actually going to bring today the real estate mogul, Carmelo. He's going to come speak to you about real estate and how you can be the highs and lows of real estate and how you can be a real estate agent. So let's clap it up for him.
That was a very generous introduction. I appreciate it. So just to let you guys know, my name is Carmelo. I've been doing real estate for about 13, 14 years. I started my career out with Rapid Realty. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Rapid Realty. So the first 4 years of my career, I was at Rapid just focusing on rentals and everything like that. Then after that, I kind of felt like Rapid was on its downturn, you know, so I felt like I needed to do something a little bit different. So then after that, you know, I just started going to various different offices and taking piece by piece and learning from other experts that are teaching me things along the way. And then eventually I found my way at Fave Realty. And then when I came to Fave Realty, I've been at Fave Realty now for about 8 years. And when I came into Fave Realty, that's when I grew, right? I really focused on sales and just learned so much in the business. Like David said, you know, highs and lows. And then I forgot their name, but he was talking about mental health and how that is important with all of us. And as we're all entrepreneurs in this room, so in real estate, that is, you know, the highs and lows of real estate is very real in real estate. And the biggest issue with that is knowing how to have balance with your business and whatever you're going on in your personal life. Like one thing I tell all of the agents is that, you know, when you work a 9 to 5 and you're going through something personally, you still come into work. And although you have an attitude with your coworkers, but you're still working because you know you have to make that money and do what you got to do. But in real estate, because you're self-employed, it's so easy to have outside distractions really affect your business. And when it's affecting your business, now you're not making no money. And when you're not making no money, you're doubting the business. And then eventually it makes you want to quit. So that's why they say in real estate it's like a turnstile. People come in and then people leave. But with that being said, real estate, again, it's a gateway to really creating financial wealth. I say real estate for me is a foundation to use whatever I make from real estate to invest in other vehicles, you know, such as life insurance, stocks, you know, IRAs and all that other stuff, and also acquiring assets through real estate. So this is something within my office. It's not about just, I don't try to train agents just on transactions. I try to, you know, connect real estate and also life, because it's all tied in together. So it's not just doing real estate now, it's doing real estate now and figuring out what's next. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always levels to whatever it is that you're doing. So as you're building your business, you're making money, what's your next step? So that's something I try to teach all of the agents, because that's what I've learned. And that's what I'm in the process of doing. And this is something I'm very passionate about. Some of the agents are in here, they'll tell you, you know, I'm very passionate about it, and I see success through the agents. Once I see them succeed, I'm good with that. And I always tell something about the agents too, and I know the whole reason we become entrepreneurs is to make money. That's the easy answer. But I always tell the agents is to find something that you're passionate about that makes you want to do real estate. Because it can't be all about money, because money is always going to be there. You know, so I kind of try and dig deep within the agents to really get it out of them. It has to be something more than about money, whether it be, you know, financial wealth, whether it be, you know, I remember I had one agent, and she said, I just want to become a real estate agent just to pay off my son's school, college. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's something that's more than just making the money, right? Because the thing about real estate, just to want to make money is not going to make you come outside 9 o'clock in the morning when it's snow and ice on the floor, make money. It's not gonna do that. It has to be something, you know, deep down inside that to the point where you're just like, I can't quit. I always use this as an example. It's kind of a pretty bad example now, knowing what's going on. But I remember when P. Diddy had that campaign about vote or die. And the reason he used that campaign is to really emphasize the importance of voting or dying if you don't vote. So it's kind of the same thing with real estate. Now, maybe not to the level of dying, but it's just like, you know, it's either you give it your all and you're doing this, or you're gonna just quit and just be average. You know what I'm saying? So for me, there's no quitting in what I do, and I try to install that in all of the agents, try to install that in anyone that is trying to get into real estate. And for all of you guys that are in here, I know most of you are entrepreneurs. I know you're probably like, real estate, you know, I don't have time for it, which is absolutely true. But I tell you this, even if you're looking to get into real estate as an entrepreneur, I believe it's something that is good for you to add to your portfolio. Like for myself, I am a licensed real estate broker. I'm also a licensed insurance broker. So what I do is, when I'm also helping people that are selling their homes, a lot of times when they sell their homes, they acquire all this net of money, massive money. They don't know what to do with the money. So now I help them put their money into life insurance vehicles, into annuities, into stuff like that. So I kind of connect the business folks. So for all of you that are entrepreneurs and stuff like that, I tell you this, think about adding real estate to your profile, because it's just something else that you can talk about. So if you're talking to your client about, you know, business, and you're advising them on business, and they ask you a real estate question, you know what? You're already licensed as a realtor, and you'll be able to service them in that field. So for everyone who's here, whether you're an entrepreneur or not thinking about getting into real estate, definitely make that choice. It's definitely life-changing. It will challenge you, but I promise you, if you persisted, you know, if you're persistent, but then, you know, do it wholeheartedly and find the fire inside of you that's making you want to do it, I promise you, you'll succeed in it. All right, guys? Thank you very much.
Wow, that was some great information right there. I know real estate is gonna be able to take us to the next level. I'm in real estate right now, so if anybody needs a real estate agent or anybody needs real estate services, we can help you, okay? So with that being said, we have some more speakers coming up. The next speaker we actually got coming up right now is actually Jerome Dancy. Jerome Dancy is a Brooklyn detective with 24 years of experience in the district attorney's office, currently serving on the executive protection board. He's also a licensed financial professional and a life insurance agent with World Financial Group, where he teaches financial literacy and leads an independent agency with agents nationwide. A graduate of Hofstra University with a degree in social science and Bishop Longman High School, Jerome is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and a Mason. So with that being said, let's all clap it up for Jerome.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good to see all these faces in here. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. So as David said, I am Jerome Dancy. Everyone calls me Rome. I've been a detective, like you said, going on 24 years in the Brooklyn DA's office, and 2 years prior to that I was with NYPD. I've been an avid entrepreneur. So at that time, early days on as a detective, young detective, I was also a real estate agent. I was also an independent home contractor. So some of my friends would reach out to me, hey, Rome, listen, I know you're good at doing all these things with your hands and stuff. Listen, my kid just put a hole in the wall. Can you put the sheetrock up? And so yeah, I was the guy they would call out last minute to repair that wall. And then I was also in music. So I was managing 2 artists. And I was doing that all at the exact same time. So literally going from downtown Brooklyn at the DA's office, shooting across to my real estate office in Cypress Hills, then shooting up to Harlem, where my artists where my 2 artists were at in the studio. So with that said, I was looking for an opportunity, and that opportunity landed at my doorstep in 2020 during COVID.
No, we need for the. Okay.
That like, not that. The one back.
Can you guys still see?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Is that good?
No.
And they see, he talk very well.
As you can see over here, this is a display called How Money Works. So How Money Works is part of our company as well. This is where we teach financial literacy, and we have simple components as we talk about it. So when we talk about it, we just don't just, hey, we can help you financially. We actually do something about it. So these books are flagship one, How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. As you see there, think like a sucker. The wealthy. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. That was a quote from Ben Franklin. Next slide. So the word sucker is a strong word, but yes, not knowing how money works, what? Sucks. So why are we here? Because we want to talk about financial literacy and learn about different ways how we can change the game. So next slide. So a recent study, financial literacy, found that only 30% of people in the world are only financially literate. So when it comes to that, we break down these numbers. 44% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency. 43% of student loan borrowers are not making any payments. And what just happened? Biden can't get rid of the other ones, so people are stuck with those payments. Then the average debt that people are holding on their credit card is $9,333. Now, if you're in a room and you have credit card debt and it's around that number or more, raise your hand.
Yay.
Exactly. But guess what? It's not a bad thing. Because, listen, debt, you can utilize debt to work to your advantage because you also grow your credit score and stuff like that. And we have some people here who are going to show you how to get that done. And then 33% of Americans have zero retirement savings. Now, if people don't have retirement savings, what are they going to do when they reach retirement?
Not work.
Work.
Hello, can I take your order?
Or if they're either going to be an Uber driver. Or, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can make good money. But, next slide. So, 28 out of 50 states require high school students to take a personal finance course to graduate. I'm not sure if we had that in New York. I know when I grew up, we didn't have that, and I went to Bishop Lapham. So we got to make sure that, hey, we teach our children from early on, because this book here is written in 5th grade reading level. So a small child to an older adult can understand it because it also has pictures and diagrams. Next slide. So, the sucker cycle. What is the sucker cycle? So, you get your paycheck, right? What do you do with your paycheck? You want to go eat, because you got to feed yourself. You need nutrition, right? But then after that, hey, you want to look nice. You want to buy some nice clothes. You want to look fresh to death. Then, what happens next? Oh, you got a car. So, if you have a car, you got to have what? Car insurance. If you bought the car and you financed it or leased it, you're paying that. Then, you want to go out to date. You want to go on a nice dinner date.
Yes.
Now, we're in New York City. We know how much it costs to go out. And go. Now, for the players that are watching on Zoom and stuff like that, listen, if you date multiple women, hey, guess what? I'm joking. Listen. But listen, let's break down these numbers here. You're going out, cost average $181, but we know it costs more. Rideshare services, Uber, Lyft, $83 a month. Subscriptions, $237 a month. Lottery tickets, how many people play lotto? $1 to dream?
$2, man.
So we talk about no generation is saving enough. So Social Security, 40%, the amount of retirement income designed to cover. And then you have your 401k. Now, if you have your 401k, the average amount for someone from 60 to 69, they have about $195,000. Now, it could be more, it could be less, depending on who you are, what you do. And then your personal savings. Are you on track for your retirement? So, retirement savings by generation. Millennials, they have about $23,000 saved up right about now. Gen X, I'm Gen X, $66,000. And then you have your baby boomers, $152,000. Now, You could be Gen X, you could have a lot more, or you can have less. Baby boomers, you can have more, or you can have less. It does not matter where you're at, it's where you can get to. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, as we talked about Mastermind, you're surrounding yourself with the people who can get you there. So you don't do this by yourself, but you have a whole group of people with you. Next slide. So, will your savings run out of retirement?
Yes.
Yeah, you're saying it right there. So you got to figure out where you're at. So, next slide. And will you have reliable income when it comes down to for your retirement days? Next slide. So the power of compounding interest. This is it, because this is operating around you every single day. Next slide. So you have your simple interest versus compound interest. Simple interest, you only receive interest on your original principal amount every single year, or you have compound interest. Every year you receive interest on both original amount of your principal and all interest occurred. Next slide. So we got to figure out which one you want to be in. Here's the simple interest. Next slide. And your compound interest. Now, for the 2 slides, which one do you like a little bit more? Simple or compound? Compound. There we go. Next slide. So look at the following growth curves. Next slide. So it's showing you how you put your money away. So if you start early, the earlier the better. Why? Because you get to reap all the benefits and all the gains. So you're starting at age 26 and you're getting 9% annual rate of return. This is your number up here. $1 million by the age of 68. If you're here, 31. It's a little less. Why? Because you're starting later. But if you're starting later, that means you got to put in a little bit more to catch up. Next slide. So time value of money. These follow 3 action steps because time is precious. Start. Next slide. And we go to the next slide. Go to the next slide, because we have limited time. So this one here, right here, we call the $1 Million Baby. $1 Million Baby, I love this concept right here, because what the $1 Million Baby is about taking from when a child is 14 days old, you can actually get a life insurance policy for that child. And you can design it for them and they will have it through life. Now, there are other companies that are out there that offer grow-up plans, which are good. We actually offer the same product as well, but we have multiple products because through our company that I'm with, we're non-captive, so we can shop around to different carriers and get the best rate, right? And when we talk about the $1 Million Baby, it's about putting money away into a cash value policy, and that policy will grow over time. Next slide. So, you have your longevity, you have your medical bills, and you have long-term care. And within that type of policy as well, you have long-term care as a rider that you can get. So if you become ill or not able to do 2 of the 6 daily living functions, you can tap into that type of policy, which is your long-term care. Next slide. Let's go to Rule of 72. So Rule of 72, how many people have heard of Rule of 72 before? Good, great. So Rule of 72, take 72 divided by the interest rate, it's going to calculate how long it's take time for your money to double. Next slide. So if you were, let's just say you had $10,000 and you were getting 1%, how many of you want to wait 72 years for that money to double? Okay, so boom, so now you got 3%. There's some banks that are giving you 3%, some accounts that are giving you 3%. Great, you're getting some money. Then those accounts are giving you 6%, 9 and 12%. Now, if you were able to get some accounts that were giving you 6 to 9 to 12 to 15%, would you be interested in that? Yeah. Exactly. So this is what we're able to do. We're able to talk. We can talk about it, and then we can be about it. Show you. Next slide. So again, next slide, and the next slide. So 7 money milestones. And we're going to go quick through this. So next slide. So the 7 money milestones, your roadmap to financial security and independence, right? So number 1 is financial education. And as we look at this mountain right here, I want everybody to take your right hand, hold it out, hold it out, hold it out. I want everybody, crowd participation, and you have a flag in your hand. So now as we talk about financial education, I want you to slam it down right now, boom. Because now you're at the base of this mountain. So as we talk about financial education, become financially independent and find ways to become successful and work with a financial professional. Then, number 2, so we talk about proper protection. There are term policies, there are whole life policies. Then there's also more permanent policies that are out there. Now, those permanent policies allows you to capture those gains that we talked about with the compounding interest. Now, that's the proper protection, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you're properly protected in the things that you do when you have a life, in your life. So, if you have a house, there's something called mortgage protection you want to kind of have, which basically is having a term policy, right? Because if something happens to you within those 30 years or 20 years or wherever, guess what? If you're the breadwinner, you are now able to leave something to your beneficiaries. So, if you pass away, the beneficiary will be able to pay off the house. And that's just one aspect of it. And then, so we've now went to number 2. Take your flag again, slam it down, because now we're going up that mountain. Number 3, emergency fund. Remember we talked about emergency, 400, people don't have $400. That's a problem. But guess what? We're here to help in different ways, because we have some people in the room that can talk to you about credit and tax strategies and stuff like that. It's all very important, because when you start saving, because key part here, you want to save at least 3 to 6 months money saved up just in case something happens. Then, also you want to prepare for unexpected expenses, because we all have something that's going to happen, right? So that was number 3. Take your flag, plan it down. We're moving up that mountain, right here, right here, right here. So, number 4, debt management. Change your spending habits. Solve to eliminate debt. So, as you eliminate your debt, guess what? You got your flag again. What are we doing? Slamming it down. And we're climbing up that mountain. Number 5, cash flow. Earn additional income. So, if you already have a regular job, okay. Hey, granted, you just got to start working on your saving habits. But if we're entrepreneurs, what are we doing? We're creating multiple streams of income. That's why we're here as well. Because as we create multiple streams of income, you get to change your cash. You also get to manage your expenses and live the life that you want, not live the life that you're just given to. That's not what you want to be able to do. Then, we're at number 5. Take your flag, take your flag, take your flag. What? Slam it down. Because you're climbing up that mountain. Number 6, build wealth. So as we build wealth, you want to be able to do the things that you want. So you want to buy the car, you want to buy the house, all these different things, and you also want to outpace inflation, right? Because as you're doing this, you're moving up that mountain, you're living the life that you actually want, and then you get to accumulate your money over time. And as you're building wealth, you just live in life. You're smiling, you're happy every day. So number 6, you got your flag, right? What are you doing with it? Slamming it down, moving up that mountain. And as we get to number 7, you protect wealth. How are we protecting wealth? Now, we all know about Prince, we all know about Aretha Franklin. Wow, they were artists, right? Well, what happened to them? They passed away.
Trust.
Exactly, they did not have a trust. So when they did not have a trust, that means probate. And probate is not a nice thing. I got to experience probate at a very early age, because my dad, him and his uncle, him and his brother, they bought brownstones early on in the 80s. When my father passed away in 2001, how many properties do you think I received?
0.
Exactly. I got medical debt that I had to pay, because they were like, yo, yeah, this is you. You got to pay. What? And then when it comes to probate, I have a half brother. A lot of people don't know that. Yes, folks, if you're watching, I have a half brother. But so, and I'm the oldest one. When we went down to, I'm going through my father's stuff, and I come across some money that he had in an account. So, at a Dime Savings Bank, that was downtown Brooklyn. I go down to the bank, and I'm walking in, I'm 21 years old. Hey, this is my dad, he passed away. So, can I get this money that's in that account? The bank manager goes, young man, do you know anything about what a beneficiary is? I'm like, no. He goes, so your name is Jerome, right? Yeah. That's not the name that's on this thing. Huh? Yeah, it was my uncle. My uncle was a beneficiary. We talked about protect wealth. My father should have transferred our names to that account, but never did. So the money that was there, I was like, okay, we can't get it. Then I found some more money. Go back to the other person. And they go, yeah, so it's you and your brother. So you got to go get a probate attorney.
Wow.
Huh? Yeah, it's going to cost such and such to get this money. What? Yeah. And bickering back and forth between family members. You know what? I'm good. I'm not signing nothing. Ain't nobody getting anything.
Except for probate attorney.
Yeah. Because I said, listen, I'm not going to do nothing on this. But we talk about protecting wealth. So we have wills and trusts that we are actually able to set up through our company as well. So we have that. Next slide. And then your financial education. As we went through everything, I just kind of went through it quickly. So with that said, folks, I love doing this because I get to talk to my community. I grew up here in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy? That's right, 400 Herkimer Street. That's what it is, right? But being a part of this company has changed my life because I spent 24 years, and I'm still currently there, as a crime fighter, bringing justice to families, to victims throughout New York City. I've done right. Not like some other people out there who want to, do certain things to individuals. I treat everybody as a human being. I'm about bringing justice. And then through this company where I'm at now, I'm about bringing financial justice. Because if I can change your life for the better, that's what I'm here to do. So if I can help change your life if generations come to pass, that's what we're going to do. And through these books here, How Money Works, and it was crazy because what David talked about, he started with that video. I didn't even know he was going to show the video about Napoleon Hill. Here's this book right here. I didn't even know he was going to do it, but I have this book right here, Think and Go Rich. If you don't have that book, please get the book and read it, because it's going to also help you along the process. Also, I'm also going to give you guys a free ebook that you can drop back to David and take it in.
So let's give it up for, So Keith Walters, a retired insurance professional with expertise in worksite marketing, transitioned from his career to focus on credit and personal finance in 2021. After witnessing the impact of financial literacy, with experience in cryptocurrency, affiliate marketing, and as a licensed travel agent, Keith now teaches individuals how to build credit, increase cash flow, eliminate debt, minimize taxes, and improve investment knowledge. Influenced by self-development coaches like Les Brown and Jim Rohn, he values personal growth and the principle for things to change, you have to change. So I'll give it up for Keith.
Wow, tough act to follow. I worked for it for a short period of time too, so I know the world financial very well. That's the company. Good afternoon, everybody. How you guys doing? And it's good to be here. This is very powerful. I'm just sitting here processing myself because the information we're hearing from everyone is stuff we have to take to heart. And we talked about foundations. We talked about the importance of financial literacy and financial education. And just really quick, a little bit about myself, as David mentioned. My background is in insurance, and over 30 years, I kind of cut my teeth with Prudential back in the days over the, what do you call it, belly to belly, door to door, that kind of thing. But I realized that was a more efficient way. We can go to a work site instead of going to someone's home. This ever happen to anybody, insurance agents in here in the room? You go to their home, and they, it's supposed to be, my appointment's 8 o'clock, but there's no one's answering the door. And you go to your car, and you look out, you see somebody looking out the window, you see if you left or right, you don't have that experience. But, so I decided to go into a work site because I can talk to a room like this. And if you like what we had to say, you can sign up, there's payroll deduction, blah, 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 and have no nights and weekends. So it was great. So we work with some of the larger unions in the city, like BC 37, some of you are familiar with that. Some of those unions, those were some of our clients, and we kind of worked the case, basically. But back in 2017, I got the itch for cryptocurrency. We got involved in Bitcoin and some other things, and anybody here involved in crypto? Okay. And had some amazing success, and also some amazing failures. Some of you probably know some things that's happened, some of these companies that went sideways, some of the scams are out there. So I kind of realized something, and I did, again, I was pretty okay, but a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my friends weren't. A lot of people got really burned And I'm talking to folks who've been, entrepreneurs who made a lot of money, whether it be in direct sales or real estate or whatever it might be. And a lot of these guys can go out and look for jobs again. Why? Because they didn't have a proper foundation. And so at that point in time, I realized it's not how much money you make. If you don't have a proper financial education and financial foundation, it can come, and as we're talking to them right here, it can go. And so we realized several things. Now, I'm going to talk about credit primarily, credit repair, but this is just one aspect of several financial strategies that we need to be implementing. Because as we mentioned, Rome just mentioned a few minutes ago, that you have to have a foundation. And I like to say that if you think about building a house, you're not going to put in your kitchen and bathroom first, right? You're not going to put in the balcony first, right? Or chimney, right? You're going to lay that, you're going to dig it down and get a solid foundation so everything you put on top is going to rest, it's going to stand. Well, something like credit is foundational. Debt elimination is foundational. How to minimize your taxes, foundational. And these are the kind of things we teach. And just going back to what you mentioned before, you mentioned someone working a job. It's always interesting that if you're working a job and you have your salary, how else do you get more additional income unless you go out and do something else, right? What's the proper term people use these days? Because I don't really like the term, what? Side hustle. Yeah. To me, it kind of cheapens the concept, but you're making extra money, bottom line. Well, there's something people could do on their jobs, quite frankly, to get more money. It's called changing your W-4. Because the IRS collects about $1 trillion in taxes every year and pays about $6-7 billion in refunds. So they're basically giving people back the money they took from them. Of course, how much interest are they collecting on that money? I mean, how many trillions of dollars worth of interest perhaps? The point of the matter is, if you were working, or someone's working a 9-to-5 job, a W-2 employee, they can go to the IRS's own website. We show them how to do it. It takes 15 minutes. And depending upon your situation, you can put an extra $200, $300, $400, $500, or $1,000 per paycheck or per month right in your pocket, your own money. And we'll show you how to minimize your taxes so you won't have any tax liability at the end of the year. And a lot of folks, it's that time of year, hey, I want to get my tax refund. That's great, but it's your own money. That's why it's called a refund. Question, would you rather have it now or let the government make interest on it and you get to the end of the year? Right? Because you can invest that money in the interest. So that's just one strategy. Again, we talk about foundational concepts of creating additional cash flow so you can do some of the things he's talking about doing. So anyway, with credit, again, we talk about building good habits. Now there's several things, you can go to the next slide, several things you need to really know when it comes to maintaining good credit. Now, of course, first of all, we know credit is big business. Anyone here ever went to like a credit repair place? Anyone have an idea? If you don't mind sharing, what did they cost you?
In the beginning, like $2,500.
About $2,500. Yeah. Was there any additional fees?
Yeah.
Okay, so additional fees on top of it. Okay, so you heard the gentleman just mention about $2,500, Mr. Barrett. So about 68 million people have what's called considered bad credit. 40 million have more errors. It's hard successfully removed, however. And there's a way of doing it. Now, it doesn't say 100%. So if anyone tells you they can remove it, if you have these kind of situations, that's also why you gotta have that emergency fund. That's what you're talking about. So you have these kind of situations. But the point of the matter is, credit history is important as well. New credit. A lot of folks, through no fault of their own, especially young people, they don't really have any credit. They haven't been around long enough to build any credit. So we also show you how to build credit. Because if you can't remove anything off your credit file, there was a law passed several years ago. Next slide, please. The FACA law, and we'll talk about that in a second. The FACA law that basically says that if they don't, it's the Fair Credit Reporting Act, is what it's called. But if they don't remove derogatory information off your file in 30 days, then legally they have to remove it. Now, when COVID hit, the government gave them some leeway, and allowed them to leave up to 60 days. So, but now it's back to 30 days. So what you want to do when you have, and this is part of our system here, we have a whole system where we provide dispute letters, automated letter writing, so you have all the different letters you need to dispute anything on your credit file. Some things can be disputed over the phone, but we don't want to do that or do it online in many cases because, again, you're shortening that 30-day period. If they respond right away, they say, oh yeah, that's your bill, that's your credit, your bill or your account. Another thing, go to the next slide, please. Another thing is, you ever get your credit report?
Recording stopped.
You get your credit report, and should I continue? You get your credit report, and you'll notice they'll have your account, maybe you're delinquent on, and they'll may say XXXXX, but the final part of the account number is at the end of it, right? And so you're going to dispute that, and what are you going to do? Well, let me get the full account number and write the account number in there, right? Well, guess what you just told them? That's your account. So just something as simple as that. Whatever they say, whatever's on there, that's what you put on there. And one of the first things you want to dispute is, you want to dispute, you know, when you get your credit report, by the way, you can do this, guys, on a website, freeannualreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com is free. You can just pull down it and just download it. They won't give you the score, they'll just give you the reports from the 3 main bureaus, main agencies rather, which is Experian, TransUnion, and what's it called? And Equifax, thank you. So with those 3 right there, you want to check to see if your name is properly spelled, if they have other spellings of your name, or junior, or this or that. If that is not the name that you have on your documents, your driver's license, your passport, your birth certificate, then that should not be on, you should not have that on your credit file. Okay? You can have that removed. You say, hey, remove that. Old addresses, old jobs, all that should be removed. Why? Because now it's harder for them to track what bill goes to who. Because all we're trying to do is try to get them to respond, if they can, within the 30 days to verify the information. The harder you make it to verify the information, the easier to get those things off of your credit file. That's if you're removing, but again, there are going to be some times, and guess what? It's a legitimate bill of yours, right? You know you didn't pay it. They respond in 30 days, so guess what? It stays in your credit file. However, there are other things you can still do to build credit, and we have credit builder systems in place. So we talked about debt elimination. These are just some solutions, you know, in terms of credit utilization, paying down your debt. You can also increase your credit limit to get additional credit. Now, we don't say go out and start using the credit, just get the credit. So now, where before, when you looked at, you know, maybe your credit cards based on your usage, you had 40% usage. Well, if you got a credit card with another $5,000 or $10,000 limit, now your usage just went down. So that's another way of increasing your credit score. And of course, they mentioned before, like new credit. So those, next slide, just a few things you can do. And again, so those individuals, like I said, who are young, just getting started, or maybe you had some issues in the past, find a relative or friend that's going to, you know, with good credit card history. This has to be added as an authorized user. You're not going to get a card, but what happens is you get the benefit of their payment history. Okay? So these are some of the things, just little things you can do to begin to build credit. And we have a system in place where, with all the tools, it's totally automated, it's all online, all the letters, all the software, everything you need to do these things. And the next slide, please. And this goes on to what we talked before about adding new credit. We have, show how to get credit builder loans. We have ways to get secure credit cards and department credit cards. So again, if you're in the process, even if you've had credit before, but like I said, if you have things on your credit report that you cannot get off, this is a way to still increase your credit score, because now you are building a new credit. So this is something you want to take a look at, depending on your situation, anyone that you happen to know. So, in fact, I have something on here, these little posters from a legal over here, talk about some of the different areas that we kind of focus on. Like I said, one of the main ones is credit, because it's such a big part, and it's something people have at the top of their minds. But like I said, debt elimination is very, very important as well. Okay, next slide, please. So let's talk about the solution, right? Revolving debt, installment debt, you know the difference, right? The revolving debt, you know, the credit card debt, the installment debt, you know, like for instance, you have a car note is installment. So once you complete the first 4 scoring factors, you'll have a credit mixture. You want to have basically 3 revolving to 1 installment. So let's say 3 credit cards, maybe an auto loan, that kind of thing. Next slide. So in our platform, we have a variety of short videos, a whole series of letters already pre-set up. All you gotta do is just type in your information one time, print it out. It has all the details, all the credit bureau information. We have debt elimination software. We have all these different tools. And that's why I asked the question before, it really costs you to repair credit. And the gentleman mentioned there's platforms out there that charge as much as $2,500 up front and then monthly. I know there are plenty of programs that charge you $300, $400, $500, and then as much as $150 or $75 a month. You can do what I'm showing you right here. We offer a platform in a membership, a national membership. Normally it's $39.95 a month, but because in the middle of the holidays, you can actually enroll on this platform for $9.95. Okay, and then 30.
Flyers too. Flyers too.
Yeah, flyers. Austin, David has flyers. So, and this platform has helped generate over $1 billion in positive cash flow for its members over the last 19 years, because the company's been around since 2005, based out of Atlanta. And the company actually called My Econ because it stands for My Economy. Because again, if you don't take care of your personal economy, what happens out in Washington, D.C., and what's happening in the politics and the elections, if you don't take care of that situation in your household and understand the concepts behind how those things work, what difference is going to make in the same situation a few years later? So we offer these type of platforms, and among other things. So I think I might run over my time. I apologize if I did. But that's pretty much it. We do offer, one last thing, we do offer an affiliate opportunity, because one of the things I talked about, eliminate taxes, right? One of the best ways to eliminate taxes is what? Have a home-based business. We offer a free affiliate business. And we teach you, we literally show you through the IRS website all the deductions you are eligible for by having a home-based business. For whatever business you already have, by the way, the same deductions will apply, of course. So your portion of your mileage, you know, your cell phone, your internet access, a portion of your mortgage or rent. You know, if you're traveling, I mean, so many things you can write off. And depending upon what your tax bracket is, you know, if you're 25% tax bracket, that could be significant in terms of your savings. So these are just some of the things that you can do by having a home-based business, in addition to the fact you can also earn referral income and residual income through this platform. So I think that's pretty much it. Maybe one last slide. I think that's it. So I thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate it. I will be around to answer your questions. I forgot one last thing. If anyone's interested in it.
He has over 25 years of experience in affiliate marketing, real estate, and credit restoration. He has brokered millions in real estate deals, trained thousands in credit building, and conducted nationwide events on affiliate marketing and real estate investing. Known for his dynamic presentation style, Barry has shared the personal stage with top speakers in the personal development and credit industries. Currently a business advisor at TMI and Partners Limited, he helps businesses secure capital, build credit, and develop strategic plans. Raised in Brooklyn, Barry is a devoted husband, father, and grandfather committed to fostering community growth through mentorship and innovative programs. Let's all give it up for Barry Braxton.
That guy is real smart right there. I like David. Thank you for the introduction. Wonder where you get that bio from. All right, my name is Barry Braxton. Very excited to be here. Like he said, married 34 years to Valerie Braxton. She's in the audience. I know she looks 25, but we married 34 years. We got 2 kids. They both married, do not live with us anymore. Amen for that. 6 grandbabies and 1 dog. The dog got to eat, right? So we're very excited. All right, we do own a credit repair company, a trade line company, and a business company, but my main goal function is private equity. So we have $60 billion to deploy. You heard I said $60 billion to deploy. They gave us about $5 billion. Out of the $5 billion, I got $2 billion to deploy in the faith-based community. So pastors, churches, HBCUs, they have a lot of real estate, they don't have a lot of money, so we could develop affordable housing, grocery stores, even credit unions, right? So we could fund those deals. So how do you get the money? Like this young man, he talked about credit. I did a presentation this morning at a college in Manhattan. We talk about credit too. They want me to talk about credit, not the funding. Now they want me to talk about the funding, and you talk about the credit. Right, so we're very excited. I got my man Russell in the back. He's also a guy, very smart. I learned from him. He tell you any day, like I said, keep your credit score 800. Get about 750. Keep it 800 or higher. Like 300 to get this having a Social Security number. The other 550 you got to work on. He already broke down the numbers real good. So when you have an 800 credit score, you could do, like my mentor told me, get 20 personal credit cards. I said 20, and 20 business credit cards. You'll have $350,000 to $500,000 in funding, and you can do that every 6 months. So, as a small business owner, you most likely won't make $1 million the first year, but you can sure enough borrow it. And you pay no taxes. You don't pay taxes on funding. You understand that? So if I have $1 million of other people's money, the bank money is other people's money, I can make 30, 40, 50% on that every year. Then if you're smart, you got a business, everybody got a Social Security number, you're already in business. The government borrow money off your Social Security number. So go get an EIN number, you get 1 EIN number a day. 5 days a week, 5 a week, yes? Every EIN number get funding, and you leverage it into what? Into millions of dollars. Your main business will overshadow all your other businesses. So if I got 6 businesses and 1 main business, this main business would be the main business and I elevate the evaluation to $2, $3, $4, $5 million, and I get a line of credit for $3, $4, $5 million. You understand that? Deals for $100 million, the bank will give you $70 million. Private equity, me, will give you $30 million. You only need 10% of the $30 million. That's $3 million. I'm controlling a $100 million deal. That's insane. So if we really want to create wealth, you got to get into funding. And people say debt is bad. Personal debt is bad. Business debt is good. Prove it. America owe $35 trillion in debt, and they still lend us money. So when your utilization, it should be 3% or lower. That's the secret sauce, not 30. 3%. But if I have 20 personal and 20 business, I can leverage it out to be under 3%. Then your score will go up to 800. You understand that? That's the game. That's what people are doing right now. To get to the bag. And then people say get to the bag. But to get to the real money, I'm telling you, there's $2.7 trillion up for maturity, which means these financial commercial lenders that had 2-3% 6-7 years ago, they up for maturity now at 7%. So the $100 million real estate or hotel is only worth $48 million. Everything's up for grab. But we have what? Bad credit, no knowledge, like this guy had, financial literacy. You understand, our government never had this class. The people who run our government never got financial literacy. The pastors never got the financial literacy either. You understand that? So we are behind with the financial literacy. But now it's time to catch up. So listen to these professionals that talk, especially this guy right here. He got all the books. Right? This guy right here with credit. And then come find me, and I get you the money. I'm the money man. Somebody said the money man. Don't go to him in the back with a gray hat, because he got more money than I do. Come to me first, then I'll take you to him, okay? But that's my story. I'm sticking to it, right? So any questions? We have time for questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, good. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Also, scan the QR code, fill out the information, I'll get back to you at one-on-one consultation. Thank you.
Okay, let's give it up for Barry Braxton.
So a lot of people doing real estate, to buy a house in the business name, you can borrow the money for the down payment.
Is it also, one other question, is it possible to get involved in marketing that funding?
Yeah, I do marketing now. I work with Phil Smith. You probably do like $25 million a year in marketing, all-in-one marketing. So I do work with him, along with my loan broker network. I do, all that's funnel, so automatic. I don't do no work on that.
Okay. How about affiliates? Do you have affiliates?
Absolutely, we offer affiliate program.
Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions? Just raise your hand.
Barry, could you explain a bit more about the EIN, having separate credit lines for each EIN, or does each EIN number have to be for a separate company?
That's a great question. So our incoming president has 500 EIN numbers. He leverages business credit into the billions of dollars. That's to show you right there how many EIN numbers you can have. And then most of the time he put the debt under one EIN number and then file bankruptcy. It's a strategy they use.
Everyone does it.
Yes.
Okay. Rodman had a question first. Go ahead.
The two credit brothers. How much credit limit should a person have for general use? Is there like an amount? I know you said $5 grand, 10 grand. Is it like for general use?
Not necessarily, but whatever you might qualify for. The more important question is how much you're utilizing. You know, and how often as long as you maintain good payment history and your utilization stays, I would say below 20%. You know, again, according to listening to Barry, obviously you can have as low as 3%. But he has a lot more. He has a lot more cards. So he's talking about having 20 cards. You know, but I'm just saying if you just have a few credit cards, you definitely want to keep that below 20%.
So the world record for the most credit cards is 144 cards in 1 year. His friend got 135. You got millions of dollars in credit. So you strategize with the credit, right? So if you, like this guy, you know, real small limits, they won't get much funding. So if your highest personal credit card is $30,000, on the business credit card, it'll be $60,000, $90,000. If your highest score is $2,000, you're gonna get a $4,000 business credit card. They're gonna 2 to 3 times that. So the higher you get, the better your score, the higher credit limits you get.
Okay.
You get it?
So first start with the personal credit, and then you can multiply.
Go to national, go to credit union. go to a regional bank. They give you higher limits
Yeah.
For the personal credit
for the
card.
personal credit.
Okay.
It's all based on the personal credit first.
Oh, okay. Got it. I got it. Yeah. Makes
And all
sense.
those business cards, I bet they're on auto pay. Because how can you make 144 payments?
But if I spend $100,000 in ads, Facebook ads, most likely I'll make $200,000 next month. So that's why American Express, the best card is a charge card. Just charge it, pay it off. Charge it, pay it off. Your business credit card utilization should be 80% or higher. And your personal should be under 3. So all my debt is in the business name. Do not show up on my personal credit either.
Okay. Keith, did you want to answer that as well? Oh, you good?
I think it's easy.
Okay, you got that? I know you have.
I had a question. So, say for example, I have siblings and we all own something together, and I have a child. If I have a trust, how is a trust able to protect what you have, and it can't go to someone else like just because they are, or I'm just not sure what the trust, how the trust.
You just answered. Once you
Really?
have it, you're protecting that property or the interest of what you have. So that's why you want to have that, and you dictate what's going to happen.
And it's better than having a will.
Yes. The supersedes it will.
I just have one question or a comment. I think I do insurance and money management, and that's all similar to what you guys do, but I thought the most important takeaway for me was the first one. So, I mean, if you're not well, and we're all mentally ill, whether a little bit or a lot, I'm close, Mr. Braxton will tell you, I'm closer to the middle of full mental illness because I'm moving almost as fast as Barry, but I'm going to see a therapist. I'm going to look for a therapist on Monday before it's too late, and I think everyone should too. So I want to thank you and everyone else.
You make a very good point, and that's why you notice in my bio I talked about personal development, how important that is, mindset. And I think that I was taught at a very early age that you have to have balance, and you have to align it. Now again, I'm not trying to get nobody's personal religious beliefs, but I'll use the term spirit first, family second, business third. And if you have that proper alignment, and again, another key phrase that I'm not sure if it was mentioned is emotional intelligence. That's a great book. I encourage everyone to pick up called Emotional Intelligence. Because again, as he mentioned, you have to understand how to manage situations, manage expectations, manage disappointment. One of the biggest challenges people have is managing adversity in other people's situations. Because right, we all have challenges, right? So you're going through a bad day, you come at me, how do I react to your bad day? I'm having a bad day too, right? So all those things matter. So I think, it's just, as you said, what you had to say, Shaka, it really is the foundation upon everything that we do. Because if you don't have the proper mindset, and if you, especially as entrepreneurs, because what we deal with, it can be very stressful.
Self-platform with the whole credit thing. So you touched on it briefly about residual income. Now, is the residual income based on who you refer to the program, or is it something separate that's within the program?
Well, the residual income is basically upon referrals, because it's a membership, basically. It's actually a membership, and you can earn residual, just like
so you earn the residual income off the membership.
Off the memberships, and it is a multi-tiered structure, so you can earn multiple levels of residual income.
Because I was a part of something like that back in the days. I don't know if you know about it. It's something called FES.
Yeah,
that's what I started.
Yeah,
I was at FES as well.
So I was at FES.
Similar concept. But what these guys have done, they've taken to another level. But what they've done is they've lowered the price points so that everyone can participate. And even though the price, you may think, well, how can I make a lot of money with $39.95 a month program? All I would simply say is look at Walmart.
Yeah.
Look at Walton. So it's not so much the price, because again, they could have offered the program for $150 a month or whatever. But his goal was, and I work very closely with one of his founders, the goal we want to make it a platform that everyone can participate in. But the real key is if you take advantage of the financial strategies and the concepts,